if the investors are interested and you have done a great job in getting them excited about using their IRA money or Roth IRA, 401k into self-directed account, if you heard my other module on the intro with Equity Trust or Pensco or Entrust or some other entity, what do we need to do now after you have made that education to them and they are excited about it? What we need to do now is to get our LLC, the limited liability company, who will be owning the asset that you just are purchasing or in the process of purchasing, or you've already signed the contract. Now is the time to go ahead and have syndication attorney to put together the private placement memorandum, the subscription booklet, and also the company agreement and other exhibits that you'll be giving to the investors for them to decide, yes, I want to invest in your deal. Now comes the time to talk to these custodial institutions to help the investor direct their money into your deal, into your investment, into your LLC. So there are several things to be done. To invest in an LLC with funds from the trust account, the investor must submit the following items to begin the review for administrative feasibility. So the custodian accounts actually look into all these different things to make sure it's a viable investment. So they are the watchdogs. So please do listen to my other modules because they all correlate well into this one, which I'm going to talk about. First of all, we have to provide a private equity investment authorization form, which has to be completed and signed by the account owner of the custodial account. Secondly, private equity investment notification form, which has to be completed and signed by the general partner, managing member, the fund manager, the corporate officer, or an authorized signatory for the company, which will be you or me or us, who are asking the investors to invest into the deal. So the private equity investment notification form is something you have to get from the custodial entity. They provide that, and then we fill it out completely, sign, and then send it to the investor, or we can send it directly to the custodial entity. Along with that, we also have to provide the third-party documents. That is the most important part of the whole equation, because formation documents, which we have to provide the articles of organization, the formation documents, the certificate from the Secretary of State offering the business plan, the memo, when we have the LLC formed, EIN number, signed LLC operating agreement of the placement, private placement memorandum, offering memorandum, purchase contract signed, and they have to be, the account owner has to read and approve that purchase contract, subscription agreement, the booklet, which is a very, very strong part of the whole investment. With the SEC ruling, we have to have in their original ink or pen, they have to fill out the subscription agreement booklet and have a whole original copy submitted to you and to the custodial account. The preliminary owner's title report, the copy of the proposed conveyance settled deed if we have a statement, or we have the escrow instructions. Again, the account owner has to have read it and approved it, and a non-recourse loan documents if applicable, because the investors cannot really be on the mortgage or on the loan. It has to be without any obligation on their part that they are investing into your deal. And if you obtain financing, if we are obtaining it, must be a non-recourse to the account with no personal guarantee by the account holder. Financing may require you, the account holder, to report unrelated debt financed income, UDFI, on the form 990T. So actually these are some technical terms please have your investor talk to these entities, the interest and the Pensco and equity and all, so that their representatives will be able to guide them along with you to get their money transferred into the right place. We actually send the whole enchilada to the custodial institutions. All exhibits, the rent rolls, the P&Ls, the inspection reports, the loan term sheets, everything that we actually give to the investors to make a decision, we send it to the custodial companies. We want to distinguish ourselves from the Ponzi schemes because, as you know, lots of different distrusted people have made some kind of bad scene, as you have heard. The more disclosures you give, the better it is. I wanted to kind of go over a Ponzi scheme, what it is. A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent operation that pays returns to its investors from their own money or the money paid by subsequent investors rather than from profit earned by the individual or organization running the operation. So the Ponzi scheme is usually entices new investors by offering higher returns than other investments in the form of short-term returns that are either abnormally high or usually consistent. Perpetuation of the high returns requires an ever-increasing flow of money from new investors to keep the scheme going. So you want to really make sure that you are able to show your projections, the whole property brochure, the whole exit strategies of your investment, and all the documents pertaining to the formation of the LLC, the title, all those have to be put together. So you definitely want to make sure that you're doing everything possible to bring all the familiarity to the investor, not only the investor but also the custodial account officer, to make sure that they are able to look through up and down and sideways the whole opportunity, and then they are able to approve that so that you can get several investors involved in your deal. The transfer in kind requirement, what you'll need is that the actually investment comes through the entity's company's custodial FBO. You'll need to name your IRA as the investor. So the investors will say, for example, Equity Trust Company or Pensco Trust Company, Custodian FBO, plus the account holder's name, plus the IRA account number. For example, like Pensco Trust Company, Custodial FBO, Mary J, investor, IRA account number, so and so. So that's the real language that they'll be participating with into the entity that you are asking the investors to invest their money from the self-directed IRAs or other plans. I would like to say probably 40 to 45, 50% of the monies that we collect, and we just finished, I just raised 1.9 million just about 10 days, 12 days, and we were able to do that because of the investor pool that we have put together over the years, and we are able to give them the transparency of our operation. As they build confidence in your ability to put together 1, 2, 3, 4, you have a track record, and that will really bring more money into your deals. So it's an exciting field. Take time to learn and take time to really enjoy the process and be a student of learning this whole process, and you will do very, very well. Good luck to you.